If you want to become an elite defender in NBA 2K24, then this is the video for you. I'll be going over the best defensive settings to help you never slide again on defense. And not only that, but I will also be going over 8 tips that will turn you into an elite defender. But first, let's go ahead and get into the best motion styles that will help you move way smoother on defense. If y'all didn't already know, your motion style is very important when it comes to defense in NBA 2K24. What it does is it determines how fast that you move around the court. Now, the motion style that I have been using is Elite. Now, I know not everybody can get this, but if you can get it, I would recommend putting on Elite. If you don't have Elite, I would recommend using Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard motion style is very, very good. Obviously, Kawhi Leonard in real life is really, really good at defense, and they made his motion style really good on defense. If you didn't already know, when you hold L2, it puts you in like a defensive stance. With the Kawhi Leonard motion style, you move way quicker while holding L2 than other motion styles. Now, if you're on a build that is shorter than 6'5", you probably won't be playing that much on-ball defense, but I would go with Kyrie Irving motion style regardless. And if you can't get any of the motion styles that I just went over, I would go with Pascal Siakam motion style. Running up the court, this one is kind of like Elite. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is reading the cue from the other offensive player. Now, that probably sounds a little confusing. You are going to see things from the other offensive player that are basically going to give away what they're going to do. Now, you got to pick up on these things over time. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all a clip for an example. Look what he's gonna do right here. He's gonna stand still with the ball. I can tell that he's looking for the back door, and I get the easy lane steal. You just gotta look for stuff like that. Like, you gotta think about it, right? Like, what could he be doing if he's standing still with the ball? The only other thing he can do is pass to his teammate on the back door. Obviously, every single guard on this game has a play style, and whenever you play certain guards, like throughout the game, you're gonna learn what they want to look for, what they're gonna do. And once you pick up on that stuff, you are going to box them. You just got to pay attention to the little things. The next thing that you got to know how to do if you want to be good at defense in NBA 2K24 is when to reach. Now, what I look for when I'm playing on-ball defense, I look for the guy with the ball, assuming that I'm guarding him, to square up with the ball. You're pretty much guaranteed to get the steal every single time as long as you have 3 adrenaline and like an 85 and higher steal. But here's an example, right? So the second he squares up, I press that square button. I'm getting the steal every time. Now, what I mean by square up is whenever he right there, you want to look for that right there. As you can see, he's standing like kind of square with the ball. You don't want to reach whenever they're standing to the side. They want to be standing exactly like that. Second you see them stand like that with the ball exposed, press the square button. It's going to be a steal every time. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about is the importance of perimeter defense. Now, I've ran into a couple people that say like perimeter defense like does not matter. You do not need a perimeter at all. From a just getting contest standpoint, if you're there, you're going to get a high contest regardless of what perimeter you have. But your perimeter defense rating is a lot more than just getting contests. Your perimeter defense rating affects your lateral quickness. So how fast you move on defense while holding L2, that is affected by your perimeter defense rating. And when you have to play screen defense, it's really, really tough. You're basically forced to play sides no matter what. If you try to fight through the screen, you're getting put on the floor every single time. It's really easier said than done to just play sides because every now and then you are going to get sucked into a screen and there's nothing you can do about it, and you're going to get put on the floor and you're going to be out to play. So in my opinion, I would still try to put some perimeter on your build. As you can see, this build right here has a 51 perimeter. So I have tested this. You go to the 1s court, you should be okay. But on 2s, 3s, any other mode but the 1s, you need a perimeter. Now, if you still want to go with a low perimeter on your build, which like I said, that is fine on the 1s, I would still try to put a little bit of block on your build. If you didn't already know, having a block on your build is going to help you get better contests when you jump. Now, moving on to the best defensive settings that are going to help you stop sliding and just make you a way better defender all around. First up, we got Huda Guard. You want to turn that off. Next up, we got defensive assist strength. This right here is very important when it comes to guarding people on the perimeter. Me personally, I put my defensive assist strength on 15. That's what I feel that the best setting is. The default for this setting is 50, and I know some people who like to rock 50, but for me, when I use 50, I am way more slidey. I slide all around the court. But when I use 15, I slide way less. Box out assist strength, I wouldn't really touch this. I would leave it with 50. Now, that's pretty much it for the defensive settings. If y'all got any questions about any of the settings that I went over, make sure to let me know in the comments. Even though this is one of the last things that I'm going to go over, it is probably one of the most important things I'm going to talk about in this video. And that is some ways to get rid of delay. Getting rid of delay is essential to playing defense on NBA 2K24. You need to be playing with as little delay as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some easy ways that you can get rid of delay. Now, Number 1. Now the first way that you can get rid of delay is using a wired connection. I've heard some people say this method doesn't work, but it definitely works. I literally cannot time my shot without using a wired connection, but it's not as simple as just plugging in your controller. Now I'm not sure about Xbox, but on PlayStation, what you want to do, you want to go to the accessories tab, go to controller settings, and then from there you want to go to the controller general, and then for communication method, make sure that is on use USB cable. That is going to help you have way less delay. The second way that you can get rid of delay is using a LAN cable. Last way that I'm going to talk about that you can get rid of delay is playing on a monitor instead of a TV. If you play on a TV, it's going to be way more delayed than playing on a monitor. I would recommend looking for a monitor with like a 1 ms response time and lower. Those monitors are going to have the least amount of delay. But yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for the video. If y'all have any questions about anything I went over in this video, make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Let me know in the comments as well what videos y'all want to see next, but that's pretty much it, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video.